Is Dennis Ngure. I come from Kikuyu District Disability Network. We are part of United Disabled Persons of Kenya, that is UDPK, umbrella body. And today we are here analyzing the Finance Bill 2024. And we have some concerns as persons with disabilities. And we start with the money transfer, increase of excess duty on the money transfer. And this, we know the persons with disabilities are affected greatly by this since they receive cash transfers. And we know the social protection program has now transitioned to giving these vulnerable persons through M-Pesa. So increase of that, you're already taxing, you're giving money to vulnerable people and still taxing it. So that is not right, and we urge the government at least to reconsider that. There's also the increase excess duty on the batteries. And batteries, we know persons with disabilities, they use different mobility aids. For example, motorized wheelchairs, and they need this as part of their mobility. So once you increase this excise duty on the batteries, then you're somehow limiting the movement of this person with disability.
My name is Karen Muriuki. I'm representing Differently Talented Society of Kenya, which is an organization that brings together autistic persons and their caregivers together, and we're based in Nairobi County. One of the things that we really want to have my major concerns is about diapers. Now, diapers is a very, very important necessity. And when we learned about that it's only reserved only for adults, yet we do have children who are autistic and other types of disabilities who do not have access to diapers. And many of these caregivers have, they cannot afford to get the diapers for free. And because of that, many of children with disabilities really find it hard to access to those diapers. So we are calling to ensure that there's absolutely no taxes to be imposed on diapers, and ensuring that now parents do not have to pay to access to those diapers. Those diapers should be offered for free to all kids, teenagers and adults with disabilities, and including those with neurodiverse disabilities. They are greatly affected. And we've had complaints from caregivers. Where can we access to those diapers? They are very expensive. Our autistic children cannot be able to get those diapers. So we are just asking to ensure that there's zero taxes to those diapers. At least let's have those diapers provided to those parents.
From Embrace Inclusion under UDPK, and my concern is about transportation. So when the finance bill is proposing that we add a tax on motor vehicles, where is that tax directed to, and who will be impacted by that tax? So the person who will be impacted by that tax is the person with disability, because everywhere we go, most of us don't use the normal transport system. So we use Ubers and other things so that we can go where we want to go because of mobility. So when they are imposing this tax of to this motor vehicle, that means that persons with disability will be affected more than 1,000 times. Because when this Uber is added the price, who will be charged more? It is the person with disability. So that means that also mobility of persons with disability will be limited, and that is very bad. So our proposal is, can we not pass this bill with this motor vehicle tax? Because who will be impacted more negatively? It is the person with disability. So how, when they are planning this, I would recommend that can they also see from the perspective of persons with disability and see how the person with disability will be affected. We have children with disability who want to go to school. They use these motor vehicles. How will they go to school And education is a mandatory for every child, and it is a right for every child. So when they pass this bill and the tax issue is there on the motor vehicle, so that child with disability and that teacher with disability, that means that they are going to be affected negatively. So that means that the life of person with disability already is hard. So adding this means that you are adding insult into the pain. So you are increasing our difficulties.
Yes, absolutely.
That is not the way we want. And our recommendation is, can someone hear us and take this matter into action?
Belinda Odur. And for me, I'm going to talk about the housing levy because it cuts across. Everybody is being taxed, the housing levy. But my concern is coming in where they're going to lift the Housing Board Authority on the process of selling and reselling the houses. Just the same way we get information late, like the same way persons with disabilities are always the last people to be considered. It's the same way we will be in these houses and they will be sold when we are in them. So we feel the ban should not be lifted. It should remain there for us who are being deducted to be able to know how the country is being run, especially when it comes to the housing levy. Or else, we'll still continue to be on the streets begging because we are trying and the government is not filling our efforts. Thank you.
I am Katrina Wanjiko. I am from the Short Stature Society of Kenya, and we are under the umbrella of the United Disabled Persons of Kenya. I'm a content creator, so of course, what is pinching me the most is the digital tax on the digital creators. I have said this time and time again, most persons with disabilities that are talented rarely get the chance to showcase our talent out there. So we've taken into the digital space at least to find something for us. So if we are taxed like everyone else, that means a double pain to us. Our lives are already difficult as it is. So we would urge the government. There are countries that are already doing this. When you're putting tax on digital creators, kindly consider persons with disabilities to be zero rated on the tax issue.
My name is Benson Isaboke from Site of Relief Organization under the umbrella of UDPK. I want to address the aspect of diapers in this country, which is very costly. And as we look at the intent of the bill is to increase the tax on diapers. If we look at this country, all the diapers are being imported from outside the country. So we want to initiate a conversation. First of all, we initiate a zero rating of the diapers. Number two, the zero rating of production so that we can be able to encourage local production of diapers in this country that are biodegradable, that are decomposable, to our environment friendly. If in any case we cannot be able to give incentives to investors to have local diaper production, we'll be having an environment aspect of diaper hazards. So we encourage that let's look on ways how we can be able to encourage local producers of diapers so that we can be able to have aspect of sustainability for our neurodiverse children who are using diapers in this country. So that is what is very, very key. Look at on the basic raw materials, all the machineries that can be able to do the production in this country, we can be able to have sufficient production.
I'm Kevin Kimani representing Bunga Disability Nairobi Network and also Water Kwa Water. For me, generally, is to say we have had this issue of person with disability and we need to take it seriously because you see, this area of person with disability is not taken seriously by the government and the government need to do something. So as we end up this conversation, as we go to Parliament, please the Parliament consider us. And as person with disability, as we say in one consideration, we'll say that person with disability need to be considered in this country. Please let this government take seriously what we are saying.